Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Going to spend some time talking to you about you and your business. Got a lot to talk about, so I think I'm going to get straight to it. Reggie Gray, he is our guest. He's not just a guest. He's a regular contributor each week on the Price of Business show. He's with the Intercontinental Chamber of Commerce, which is really a global chamber of commerce that has a heavy presence here throughout the entire Houston area. And he's kind of a walking billboard, if you will, on why Houston is a great place to do business. The stories you can tell, Reggie, and we're delighted that you tell them with the guests you have every week on the program. Tell us a little bit more about the Intercontinental Chamber of Commerce, which is, by the way, HoustonICC.org, and then introduce us to your guest today.
You bet. Thanks again, Kevin. Always great to be on the show each week. The Chamber, having been around for 30 years now, we, as of a couple weeks ago, are now in 14 countries with our latest office opening in El Salvador, as we were able to have them on a few weeks ago, or I guess actually it was already just last week. But we also launched our Woodlands office, which will be up and running heavily in August, and we're getting ready to launch our Stafford office. So we'll have 4 locations in Houston at the end of the summer, Galleria in North Houston, and the 2 I've just mentioned. But today, I'm bringing a guest. It's one of our members that has actually been very instrumental to helping us with our existing members. A lot of times you have members that are looking for cash flow or financing or ways to get projects started, and it's really important that we have resources that can do that. Of course, we have several banks who are our traditional lenders, and we bring in a group, F5 Financial, one of our strongest and most reliable non-traditional financiers, and their president is Jim Butler, and he's my guest today. And Jim, if you don't mind, say hi and let everybody kind of know a little bit about the company.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everybody. My name is Jim. My company is F5 Financial, and we are a non-traditional financing firm here located in the Houston area, instrumental in helping small businesses from, your basic mom and pop store up to maybe an enterprise size acquire funding through non-traditional sources, business lines of credit, working capital, whatever's necessary to help the business grow. We try to support. Reggie was an instrumental and influential contact that I was happy to have an opportunity to meet, and he's actually helped my company grow and flourish. So it's been quite a nice symbiotic relationship that he and I have developed, and we're out here every day trying to help the small business community here in Houston achieve their goals. And also we're also nationwide, so we do have that opportunity to serve anybody across the country. But our basic form of financing is going to be unsecured working capital for businesses, ranging from anywhere from $5,000 to up to $1 million.
Jim, let me real quickly, when you say untraditional, compare that to banking. Compare how your processes and funding works compared to banking, traditional banking.
Well, I mean, in a traditional format, you're going to have a very long and lengthy process. Traditional lenders usually require 3 to 4 years in business minimum. I can secure capital for somebody who has been in business as short as 3 months. So it's a completely different process where we're going to work off the cash flow that the business is working on, not just a full set of documents. And credit doesn't necessarily come into play either for the companies that we're trying to secure capital for. It can have a determining factor in the end, but at the end of the day, I can get money for anyone who has at least 3 months in business and has cash flow to support the opportunity to acquire the capital.
Very good. Reggie?
Yeah. And Jim, if you don't mind, I know that together we've seen a lot of different projects come across. Can you give me a range of companies so that everybody could really see how diverse you are that you've worked with? Of course, not disclosing any private information, but then also I know that we have actually worked on projects from New York to California. If you don't mind, give a little bit of that variety too.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, not only do we do stuff with the working capital, but we also provide, AR financing, equipment financing. We can do medical and healthcare financing. So, I mean, I've worked on a wide range of products and a wide range of different types of company, from anywhere from hospitals to auto repair to I'm currently working on an import-export company. So, I mean, there's no equipment lenders, equipment finance companies. Whatever is the niche, I try to find a spot for the customer to be able to acquire that funding for him if he's unable to secure traditional funding. So just depending on whatever the source is and what their needs are, we just try to go out there and make that fit. I've got a lot of contacts from New York and have developed a lot of really sound relationships that have allowed me to access capital across a wide range of industry types. So there really isn't something that if you're out there and you don't have an opportunity to secure a traditional line of credit from a bank, then call my company up and ask and see what we can do for you. You can find out that we'll be able to provide quite a bit of service for you that you may not have thought was even out there and available.
Let me ask you real quickly your website for the listener to be able to get more information.
Yeah, sure. So my website address is www.f5financialinc.com, and on there is an application. Obviously, it talks about the process. It doesn't necessarily give every opportunity that we offer because our main line of business here is really going through the working capital and the cash advance business, where we're going to secure the unsecured capital for that client. Somebody who needs that money quickly and has a need for it, they can't secure that traditional funding.
Very good. Reggie, we got about a minute and a half left. Why don't you kind of wrap it up with it for us?
Yeah, one good thing about working with F5 is that the variety that I've seen come across his desk. So, we have seen everything from projects in Atlanta all the way, like I said, to California and New York, as well as he's a great resource for maybe a new entrepreneur or a startup that has a concept or possibly a new patent, idea. He's a great guy to start out and get your basics down, get your funding, or at least he could give you direction on maybe where you need to go with it. So as we continue to help companies from small businesses to international companies and abroad, we need great members and partners like Jim there at F5, and we need great partners to continue to support the business community like you, Kevin, with the Price of Business.
Yeah, we love working with you. We love you getting the message out for us and bringing the message of what's happening globally and as it impacts Houston. This is another great story. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the time.
All right. Do you want to remind the listener that the best content here does show up over there at the national news website, usdailyreview.com. While there, make sure you like it on Facebook and follow it on Twitter. Also, do want to remind you the show continues 24/7 at priceofbusiness.com. Stay tuned for more right after this.